Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for September 2022. I hope that you are feeling fabulous and totally rocking life right now. So this is a general reading for Aries. However, cross-watchers are also welcome. Keep in mind that the roles of the individuals identified and the energies may be swapped, and the intensity of the situation or energy may vary. So we'll go through the position and meaning of each card. We'll clarify with more tarot cards and finish off with an oracle card reading. So here, the present situation, Aries, you have the Two of Cups. What covers is the Queen of Swords. Above you, you have Eight of Swords. Below you, you have the Queen of Cups. In the past, you have Knight of Cups. In the near future, you have the Sun. In the present attitude, your present attitude of the situation, you have the Hierophant. In terms of the external factors in your environment influencing you, you have Eight of Cups. For hopes and fears, you have Four of Pentacles. And for the potential outcome, you have the Five of Swords. So here, it seems that in the past, there was some type of, offering of love, some romantic connection. And it seems like there was some type of, mutual connection involved there. Communication, dating, or maybe just in the talking, chatting phase. You have the Queen of Swords, which covers. So this is a sense of feeling, a little bit of caution. Queen of Swords, kind of cool and calm, very much honest, but also wants to approach something with a clearer head. Especially when there is a potential concern of being hurt. So above you in the conscious mind, you have the Eight of Swords. So it's as if you are aware that you tend to restrict yourself when it comes to potential in any type of relationship. It might be friendship, romantic relationships, business relationships. It's a sense that you almost don't want to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. So it's as if you are restricting your interaction, your beingness, because you don't want to get something wrong. And what you have below you in your, unconscious mind, you might not be aware of it, working in the background is this Queen of Cups, which is double emotions, in that queens are associated with the element of water, and so are cups. So, Aries, you are someone that is totally connected with your feelings, at least for right now. You want to be able to kind of immerse yourself in feelings, positive feelings, connections with others. What you want to kind of save yourself from is being emotionally connected and hurt. Maybe someone from your past or something in your past made it so that you want to approach things in a certain way, where you present yourself in a certain way. Very much someone who's confident, motivated, and definitely willing to, be passionate in relationships. But it's a sense of the initial phases of that. You really want to make sure that your boundaries are well defined. So here, in your attitude of the situation with the Hierophant, it's a sense of, here I feel it's more like kind of gatekeeping and trying to see certain signs, to see if there's like a deeper meaning to things that are kind of going on at the surface level, and really trying to kind of learn from the situation as you go. So here in your environment, you have the Eight of Cups. So something in your like external factors, things that are influencing you, is this idea of really just taking a moment just to step away from things, and possibly emotionally detaching. Maybe you're getting advice from friends who kind of emotionally detach when they are kind of approaching, new connections, so they don't get hurt. And what you have here in your hopes and fears, you have the Four of Pentacles. So here it's very much about having security and control over your beingness. For some of you, it might have to do with finances, not having a lot of resources and just trying to, maybe limited in what you can do when you are going out with people. But this is the only Pentacles in the 10 card Celtic cross here. So it seems like it's more of, you want to protect yourself, but you are boxing yourself into a certain degree. But in the near future, you have this Sun card. And this is a sense of joy, a sense of, experiencing the world with open arms and an open heart. However, because you have Five of Swords in the potential outcome, which indicates, winning at all costs, or walking away, or, not walking away from a lose-lose situation. It may be, for some of you Aries, that this Sun card is more about the ego and how you want to be seen. And so it's a sense of kind of game playing yourself into a situation where you don't get hurt, but in the process, possibly, hurting others or leaving the situation. And well, you didn't get hurt, you didn't lose anything, but you also didn't gain anything in the process, because you gamed the situation. So let's take a look at the Knight of Cups here. You have the Eight of Cups. So in this past situation, it does seem like this current situation that was inspired by an initial kind of offering has attached to it the potential of needing to walk away from something. So it's almost like a challenge. Like here's the next contender is kind of like what I hear in my head. Let's take a look at the Two of Cups in the current situation. You have the Six of Swords, and it's a sense of, healing and transitions. So it could be that, you weren't fully processing or healed from a prior situation, or you just didn't want to deal with that prior situation. But again, the swords kind of come in, the problem solving aspects, how to kind of maneuver your environment in like a mental chess game. So let's look at the Queen of Swords. You have the High Priestess here. So to some degree with this High Priestess is about wisdom, about, knowledge and trusting the intuition. But it's a sense of really almost defaulting to that more strict, it's even though it's the Queen of Swords and Aries, your element is fire, it's really more the kind of emperor vibe of like managing a situation and kind of being a gatekeeper and setting those boundaries, like, nope, not happening, or I'm watching, I'm keeping guard. So what's interesting here is the High Priestess is between these two pillars that represent severity and mercy. And it's kind of like, makes me think of the Justice card. And Queen of Swords also makes me think of a Justice card. So it's a sense of, as opposed to allowing things just to be and just to happen, and just exist, everything, all the emotions, experiences existing behind the veil of the High Priestess, it's as if you're like, it's either good or it's bad. It's either a yes or a no. So that's kind of the sense I'm getting there. And really defaulting to that Queen of Swords energy and not tapping into the available intuition, where that's kind of the subconscious aspect. Hold on, it seems like there's a lot of cards shining on lights, so I'm going to move things around. Okay, there. Let's take a look at the Eight of Swords up here. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's a sense of, your conscious mind is, again, it made me think of that gameplay. Like, you really don't want to play a game that you don't know the outcome to. And that's kind of the way the approach is like, you are hoping that the wheel kind of lands somewhere before you really engage. So let's take a look at the Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands. There is, this underlying desire to just follow your heart, to connect with your heart, to pursue your passion, and, with a new opportunity, like, give it your all, just to like go for it. But the way that you are handling a situation is like, no, there's certain rules that need to kind of, that I have to make sure are met before I open myself up. So here, your attitude, the Hierophant, is kind of, those rules. Checking the signs, making sure everything is a-okay before moving forward. You have the Tower as the clarifying card. So here it's a sense that this kind of attitude that you have, it's going to, at some point, it's going to have the rug pulled out from under it. Might not be right now, but it may have been built on kind of false beliefs or to protect yourself, a sense of your ego, building up this high tower where it's going to be hard to reach you. So let's take a look at the Eight of Cups in your environment. You have the Emperor. That's your card, Aries. So it is a sense of like the external factors is, maybe an individual, maybe people in general, or however you are getting information. It's very much like this is my boundaries. This is the way it's going to be. And I have, I need to kind of be a force to be reckoned with, like this mighty power that really I'm going to walk whenever things aren't kosher or you're not following the rules. I'm kicking you out. So somewhere in your environment, this kind of message is being relayed to you, possibly on how, you need to be as an individual, as an Aries. So let's take a look at the Four of Pentacles and your hopes and fears. Four is about stability, foundation, security. Emperor is also the fourth major arcana card. And you have the Ten of Cups. So these are a real, contrast. Four of Pentacles is one individual person far outside of any other living creature and blocked off. You can see they like physically are kind of look like a block. And with the Ten of Cups here, this is happy interactions, but Ten of Cups isn't about being happy 24/7. The Ten of Cups is about finding people that you care about, that care about you, where you can experience the different emotions that are within the rainbow. And to kind of like support each other, to be through the good times, to be through the bad times, and experience life, and it makes those connections even greater, richer. And so with your hopes and fears, it's a sense of you want to protect yourself, but at possibly the cost of really engaging emotionally with others. So let's take a look at the Sun in the near future. You have a King of Cups. Interesting. So it could be that, maybe you actually start tapping into like emotional stability, but it more seems like this is maybe a friend, maybe a parent, someone who kind of helps you to see the benefit of connecting on an emotional level. How you can be someone who is compassionate, supports people, connects to people, but similar to the Emperor, and kind of similar to the Four of Pentacles, is kind of slightly isolated and kind of separated from others, but surrounded by, here, King of Cups, surrounded by emotions, potential, innovation, creativity. You can see the Emperor has like this like little river that's kind of going behind him. That's the extent of the Emperor's Water and the Four of Pentacles, there is none. So it could be there is someone who shows you the way, a sense of enlightenment, kind of shows you the potential. So let's take a look at why this Five of Swords is there in the potential outcome. You have Seven of Swords. This is about something being hidden, something, it's typically liar, stealer, cheater card. And it could be that you find out something about this individual where you're like, it's a good thing I went this approach. However, it also could be that this is you hiding certain aspects about yourself, your plan, your way of maneuvering through the landscape, trying to be unseen, but really having your goal of winning. But the great thing about tarot cards is you get to make your own choice, your own decisions on how you want things to go forward. So Aries, I'm going to pull an oracle card for a message from the universe. It says, keeping it in check. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. So here it seems like there is a need for you, at least in this situation, to be aware of your environment and to be cautious, but the idea of keeping things in check, just being aware of it, is so that you know how to really be in the present moment and not try to be like 4 steps ahead of someone else or trying to, gameplay life. It's just, it allows you to be involved in the environment as opposed to like this 8 of Swords type of situation. So the Queen of Swords popping in every now and then, that's great, that's fine, but actually tapping into your intuition and more being involved in the environment so you know what it is you are walking away from. And when you are moving on, when you're trying to heal something, so that you actually have the facts and you know what needs to be healed and why, as opposed to kind of just being real. It's more like degrees. It seems like there's a very like rigorous, rigid type of mental thought process going on about this relationship. And it might be because you are sensing something that isn't working out with you and this other individual. But to some degree, this attitude, this perspective seems like that's not going to be holding up much longer. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of your month. To uncover more layers, check out readings for each of your sun, moon, and rising signs. And we'll see you next time. Take care.